Alb, pray sir, be patient. Lear, detested kite, thou least. My train are men of choice and rarest parts, that all particulars of duty know, and in the most exact regard support the worships of their name, O most small fault. How ugly didst thou in Cordelia show, which like an engine wrenched my frame of nature, from the fixed place drew from my heart all love, and added to the gall, O Lear, Lear, Lear. Beat at this gate that let thy folly in strikes his head, and thy dear judgment out, go, go, my people. Alb, my lord, I am guiltless as I am ignorant of what hath marved you. Lear, it may be so, my lord. Hear nature, hear, dear goddess, hear. Suspend thy purpose, if thou didst intend to make this creature fruitful. Into her womb convey sterility. Dry up in her the organs of increase, and from her derogate body never spring a babe to honor her if she must teem. Create her child of spleen, that it may live, and be a thwart disnatured torment to her. Let it stamp wrinkles in her brow of youth, with cadent tears fret channels in her cheeks. Turn all her mother's pains and benefits to laughter and contempt, that she may feel how sharper than a serpent's tooth it is to have a thankless child. Away, away, exit. Alb, now, gods that we adore, whereof comes this? Gone, never afflict yourself to know the cause, but let his disposition have that scope that dotage gives it. Enter Lear. Lear, what, 50 of my followers at a clap within a fortnight? Alb, what's the matter, sir? Lear, I'll tell thee, life and death I am, that thou hast power to shake my manhood thus, that these hot tears, which break from me perforce, should make thee worth them, blasts and fogs upon thee. Untented woundings of a father's curse pierce every sense about thee, old fond eyes. Beweep this cause again, I'll pluck ye out, and cast you with the waters that you lose. To temper clay, yea, is it come to this? Let it be so, yet have I left a daughter, who I am sure is kind and comfortable. When she shall hear this of thee, with her nails she'll flay thy wolvish visage, thou shalt find that I'll resume the shape which thou dost think I have cast off for ever, thou shalt, I warrant thee. Exeunt Lear, Kent, and attendants. Gone, do you mark that, my lord? Alb, I cannot be so partial, Goneril, to the great love I bear you. Gone, pray you, content, what, Oswald, ho? You, sir, more knave than fool, after your master. Fool, nuncle Lear, tarry, take the fool with thee. A fox when one has caught her, and such a daughter should sure to the slaughter. If my cap would buy a halter, so the fool follows after, exit. Gone, this man hath had good counsel 100 nights. 'Tis politic and safe to let him keep at point 100 nights, yes, that on every dream, each buzz, each fancy, each complaint, dislike, he may enguard his dotage with their powers, and hold our lives in mercy. Oswald, I say. Alb, well, you may fear too far. Gone, safer than trust too far. Let me still take away the harms I fear. Not fear still to be taken, I know his heart. What he hath uttered, I have writ my sister. If she sustain him and his 100 nights, when I have showed unfitness. Enter steward. How now, Oswald? What, have you writ that letter to my sister? Answer, yes, madam. Gone, take you some company, and away to horse. Inform her full of my particular fear. And thereto add such reasons of your own as may compact it more, get you gone. And hasten your return, no, no, my lord. This milky gentleness and course of yours, though I condemn it not, yet, under pardon, you are much more at task for want of wisdom than praised for harmful mildness. Alb, how far your eyes may pierce, I cannot tell. Striving to better, oft we mar what's well. Gone, nay thens. Alb, well, well, th event, exeunt. Scene 5, Court before the Duke of Albany's palace. Enter Lear, Kent, and Fool. Lear, go you before to Gloucester with these letters, acquaint my daughter no further with anything you know than comes from her. Demand out of the letter, if your diligence be not speedy, I shall be there afore you. Kent, I will not sleep, my lord, till I have delivered your letter. Exit. Fool, if a man's brains were in's heels, were't not in danger. Ovid. Kibes. Lear, aye, boy. Fool, then I prithee be merry, thy wit shall ne'er go slipshod. Lear, ha, ha, ha. Fool, shalt see thy other daughter will use thee kindly, for though she's as like this as a crab's like an apple, yet I can tell what I can tell. Lear, what canst tell, boy? Fool, she'll taste as like this as a crab does to a crab. Thou canst tell why one's nose stands middle on's face. Lear, no. Fool, why to keep one's eyes of either side's nose, that what? Man cannot smell out, or may spy into. Lear, I did her wrong. Fool, canst tell how an oyster makes his shell? Lear, no. Fool, nor I neither, but I can tell why a snail has a house. Lear, why? Fool, why to put's head in, not to give it away to his daughters, and leave his horns without a case. Lear, I will forget my nature, so kind a father be my horses. Ready. Fool, thy asses are gone about 'em, the reason why the 7 stars are no moe than 7 is a pretty reason. Lear, because they are not 8. Fool, yes indeed, thou wouldst make a good fool. Lear, to tact again perforce, monster ingratitude. Fool, if thou wert my fool nuncle, I'd have thee beaten for being old before thy time. Lear, how's that? Fool, thou shouldst not have been old till thou hadst been wise. Lear, oh, let me not be mad, not mad, sweet heaven. Keep me in temper, I would not be mad. Enter a gentleman. How now, are the horses ready? Gent, ready, my lord. Lear, come, boy. Fool, she that's a maid now, and laughs at my departure. Shall not be a maid long, unless things be cut shorter. Exeunt. This electronic version of the complete works of William Shakespeare is copyright 1990-1993, BY World Library, INC, and is provided BY Project GUT and BRG ETXT of Carnegie Mellon University. With permission, electronic and machine readable copies may be. Chapter 501, distributed so long as such copies, 1, are for your or others. Personal use only, and 2, are not distributed or used commercially. Prohibited commercial distribution includes by any service that charges for download time or for membership. Act 2, Scene I, a court within the castle of the Earl of Gloucester. Enter bastard and Curan meeting. Edom save thee, Curan. Cur and you, sir, I have been with your father and given him. Notice that the Duke of Cornwall and Regan his Duchess will be here with him this night. Edom, how comes that? Cur, nay, I know not. You have heard of the news abroad, I mean. The whispered ones, for they are yet but ear-kissing arguments. Edom, not I pray you, what are they? Cur, have you heard of no likely wars toward, twixt the two Dukes of Cornwall and Albany? Edom, not a word. Cur, you may do then in time, fare you well, sir, exit. Edom, the Duke be here tonight, the better, best. This weaves itself perforce into my business. My father hath set guard to take my brother. And I have one thing of a queasy question, which I must act, briefness and fortune work. Brother, a word, descend, brother, I say. Enter Edgar. My father watches, O sir, fly this place. Intelligence is given where you are hid. You have now the good advantage of the night. Have you not spoken gainst the Duke of Cornwall? He's coming hither, now ith night, ith haste. And Regan with him, have you nothing said? Upon his party gainst the Duke of Albany. Advise yourself. Edge, I am sure on't, not a word. Edom, I hear my father coming, pardon me. In cunning, I must draw my sword upon you. Draw, seem to defend yourself, now quit you well. Yield, come before my father, light ho here. Fly, brother, torches, torches, so farewell. Exit Edgar. Some blood drawn on me would beget opinion. Of my more fierce endeavor, I have seen. Drunkards do more than this in sport, father, father. Stop, stop, no help. Enter Gloucester and servants with torches. Glue, now Edmund, where's the villain? Edom, here stood he in the dark, his sharp sword out. Mumbling of wicked charms, conjuring the moon. To stand auspicious mistress. Glue, but where is he? Edom, look, sir, I bleed. Glue, where is the villain, Edmund? Edom fled this way, sir, when by no means he could. Glue, pursue him, ho, go after, exeunt some servants. By no means what? Edom, persuade me to the murder of your lordship. But that I told him, the revenging gods. Gainst parricides did all their thunders bend. Spoke with how manifold and strong a bond. The child was bound to father, sir, in fine. Seeing how loathly opposite I stood to his unnatural purpose in fell motion. With his prepared sword, he charges home. My unprovided body lanched mine arm. But when he saw my best alarmed spirits, bold in the quarrel's right, roused to encounter, or whether gasted by the noise I made, full suddenly he fled. Glue, let him fly far. Not in this land shall he remain uncaught. And found dispatch the noble Duke my master. My worthy arch and patron comes tonight. By his authority I will proclaim it, that he which find him shall deserve our thanks, bringing the murderous caitiff to the stake. He that conceals him, death. Edom, when I dissuaded him from his intent, and found him pight to do it, with cursed speech, I threatened to discover him, he replied, Thou unpossessing bastard, dost thou think, if I would stand against thee, would the reposal of any trust, virtue, or worth in thee make thy words faithed, know what I should deny? As this I would, I though thou didst produce. My very character, I'll turn it all to thy suggestion, plot, and damned practice. And thou must make a dullard of the world, if they not thought the profits of my death were very pregnant and potential spurs to make thee seek it. Glue, strong and fastened villain, would he deny his letter, I never got him. Tucket within. Hark the Duke's trumpets, I know not why he comes. All ports I'll bar, the villain shall not scape. The Duke must grant me that, besides his picture, I will send far and near, that all the kingdom may have due note of him and of my land. Loyal and natural boy, I'll work the means to make thee capable. Enter Cornwall, Regan, and attendants. Corn, how now, my noble friend, since I came hither, which I can call but now, I have heard strange news. Reg, if it be true, all vengeance comes too short. Which can pursue offender, how dost my lord? Glue, O madam, my old heart is cracked, it's cracked. Reg, what, did my father's godson seek your life? He whom my father named, your Edgar. Glue, O lady, shame would have it hid. Reg, was he not companion with the riotous knights that tend upon my father? Glue, I know not, madam, 'tis too bad, too bad. Edom, yes, madam, he was of that consort. Reg, no marvel then, though he were ill affected. 'Tis they have put him on the old man's death, to have expense and waste of his revenues. I have this present evening, from my sister, been well informed of them, and with such cautions, that, if they come to sojourn at my house, I'll not be there. Corn, nor I, assure thee, Regan. Edmund, I hear that you have shown your father a childlike office. Edom, 'twas my duty, sir. Glue, he did bewray his practice, and received this hurt, you see, striving to apprehend him. Corn, is he pursued? Glue, aye, my good lord. Corn, if he be taken, he shall never more be feared of doing harm, make your own purpose. How in my strength you please, for you, Edmund, whose virtue and obedience doth this instant so much commend itself, you shall be ours. Natures of such deep trust we shall much need. You we first seize on. Edom, I shall serve you, sir. Truly, however else. Glue, for him, I thank your grace. Corn, you know not why we came to visit you. Reg, thus out of season, threading dark-eyed night. Occasions, noble Gloucester of some poise, wherein we must have use of your advice. Our father he hath writ, so hath our sister, of differences which I best thought it fit to answer from our home the several messengers. From hence attend dispatch, our good old friend. Lay comforts to your bosom, and bestow your needful counsel to our business, which craves the instant use. Glue, I serve you, madam. Your graces are right welcome. Exeunt flourish. Scene 2, before Gloucester's castle. Enter Kent and steward severally. Oswa, good dawning to thee, friend, art of this house. Kent, I. Oswa, where may we set our horses? Kent, I.Th. Mire. Oswa, prithee, if thou lovest me, tell me. Kent, I love thee not. Oswa, why then, I care not for thee. Kent, if I had thee in Lipsbury pinfold, I would make thee care for me. Oswa, why dost thou use me thus? I know thee not. Kent, fellow, I know thee. Oswa, what dost thou know me for? Kent, a knave, a rascal, an eater of broken meats, a base. Proud. Shallow, beggarly, three-suited, 100-pound, filthy. Worsted-stocking knave, a lily-livered, action-taking. Whoreson. Glass-gazing, super-serviceable, finical rogue. One trunk-inheriting slave, one that wouldst be a bawd. Way of. Good service, and art nothing but the composition of a knave. Beggar, coward, pander, and the son and heir of a mongrel. Bitch. One whom I will beat into clamorous whining, if thou deny the least syllable of thy addition. Aswa, why, what a monstrous fellow art thou, thus to rail on one that's neither known of thee nor knows thee. Kent, what a brazen fact varlet art thou, to deny thou knowest me. Is it 2 days ago since I beat thee and tripped up thy heels? Before the king draws his sword, draw you rogue, for though it be night yet the moon shines, I'll make a sop o'. Moonshine o' you, draw, you whoreson cullionly barbermonger. Draw. Aswa, away, I have nothing to do with thee. Kent, draw, you rascal, you come with letters against the king. And take vanity, the puppet's part against the royalty of her father. Draw, you rogue, or I'll so carbonado your shanks. Draw, you rascal, come your ways. Aswa, help ho, murther, help. Kent, strike, you slave, stand rogue, stand, you neat slave. Strike. Aswa, help ho, murther, murther. Enter Edmund, with his rapier drawn, Gloucester, Cornwall. Regan, servants. Edom, how now, what's the matter, parts? Kent, with you, goodman boy, and you plays, come I'll flesh. Yea. Come on, young master. Glue, weapons, arms, what's the matter here? Corn, keep peace, upon your lives. He dies that strikes again, what is the matter? Reg, the messengers from our sister, and the king. Corn, what is your difference? Speak. Aswa, I am scarce in breath, my lord. Kent, no marvel, you have so bestirred your valor, you cowardly rascal, nature disclaims in thee, a tailor made thee. Corn, thou art a strange fellow, a tailor make a man. Kent, I a tailor, sir, a stonecutter or a painter could not have made him so ill, though he had been but 2 hours at the trade. Corn, speak yet, how grew your quarrel? Aswa, this ancient ruffian, sir, whose life I have sparred, at suit of his grey beard. Kent, thou whoreson Zed, thou unnecessary letter, my lord, if you'll give me leave, I will tread this unbolted villain into mortar and daub the walls of a jakes with him. Spare my grey beard, you wagtail. Corn, peace, sirrah. You beastly knave, know you no reverence? Kent, yes, sir, but anger hath a privilege. Corn, why art thou angry? Kent, that such a slave as this should wear a sword, who wears no honesty, such smiling rogues as these, like rats, oft bite the holy cords atwain, which are to entrance tea unloose, smooth every passion, that in the natures of their lords rebel, bring oil to fire, snow to their colder moods, renege, affirm, and turn their halcyon beaks, with every gale and vary of their masters, knowing not like dogs, but following a plague upon your epileptic visage. Smile you my speeches, as I were a fool. Goose, and I had you upon Sarum plain. I'll drive ye cackling home to Camelot. Corn, what art thou mad, old fellow? Glou, how fell you out, say that. Kent, no contraries hold more antipathy than I and such a knave. Corn, why dost thou call him knave? What is his fault? Kent, his countenance likes me not. Corn, no more perchance does mine, or his, or hers. Kent, sir, 'tis my occupation to be plain. I have seen better faces in my time than stands on any shoulder that I see before me at this instant. Corn, this is some fellow who, having been praised for bluntness, doth affect a saucy roughness and constrains the garb. Quite from his nature he cannot flatter he. An honest mind, and plain he must speak truth. And they will take it so, if not he's plain. These kind of knaves, I know which in this plainness harbor more craft and more corrupter ends than 20 silly ducking observants that stretch their duties nicely. Kent, sir, in good faith, in sincere verity, under allowance of your great aspect, whose influence, like the wreath of radiant fire, on flickering Phoebus' front. Corn, what means he by this? Kent, to go out of my dialect, which you discommend so much. No, sir, I am no flatterer, he that beguiled you in a plain accent was a plain knave, which for my part I will not be, though I should win your displeasure to entreat me taught. Corn, what was offense you gave him? Oswa, I never gave him any. It pleased the king, his master, very late, to strike at me upon his misconstruction, when he, conjunct and flattering his displeasure, tripped me behind, being down insulted railed, and put upon him such a deal of man, that worthied him, got praises of the king, for him attempting who was self-subdued, and in the fleshment of this dread exploit, drew on me here again. Kent, none of these rogues and cowards, but Ajax is their fool. Corn, fetch forth the stocks. You stubborn ancient knave, you reverent braggart. We'll teach you. Kent, sir, I am too old to learn. Call not your stocks for me, I serve the king, on whose employment I was sent to you. You shall do small respect, show too bold malice against the grace and person of my master, stalking his messenger. Corn, fetch forth the stocks, as I have life and honor. There shall he sit till noon. Reg, till noon, till night, my lord, and all night too. Kent, why, madam, if I were your father's dog, you should not use me so. Reg, sir, being his knave, I will. Corn, this is a fellow of the self-same color. Our sister speaks of, come, bring away the stocks. Stocks brought out. Glou, let me beseech your grace not to do so. His fault is much, and the good king his master will check him for't. Your purposed low correction is such as basest and contemnedest wretches, for pilferings and most common trespasses, are punished with. The king must take it ill, that he, so slightly valued in his messenger, should have him thus restrained. Corn, I'll answer that. Reg, my sister may receive it much more worse, to have her gentleman abused, assaulted, for following her affairs, put in his legs. Kent is put in the stocks. Come, my good lord, away. Exeunt all but Gloucester and Kent. Glou, I am sorry for thee, friend, 'tis the Duke's pleasure, whose disposition all the world well knows, will not be rubbed nor stopped. I'll entreat for thee. Kent, pray do not, sir, I have watched and travelled hard. Some time I shall sleep out, the rest I'll whistle. A good man's fortune may grow out at heels. Give you good morrow. Glue the Duke's to blame in this, 'twill be ill taken. Exit. Kent, good king, that must approve the common saw. Thou out of heaven's benediction calm'st he. To the warm sun. Approach, thou beacon to this under globe, that by thy comfortable beams I may peruse this letter. Nothing almost sees miracles, but misery I know 'tis from Cordelia, who hath most fortunately been informed of my obscured course, and shall find time from this enormous state, seeking to give losses their remedies, all weary and o'erwatched. Take vantage, heavy eyes, not to behold this shameful lodging. Fortune, good night, smile once more, turn thy wheel. Sleeps. Scene 3, the open country. Enter Edgar. Edge, I heard myself proclaimed, and by the happy hollow of a tree. Escape the hunt, no port is free, no place. That guard, and most unusual vigilance, does not attend my taking, whiles I may scape. I will preserve myself, and am bethought to take the basest and most poorest shape, that ever penury, in contempt of man, brought near to beast. My face I'll grime with filth, blanket my loins, elf all my hair in knots, and with presented nakedness outface the winds and persecutions of the sky. The country gives me proof and precedent of bedlam beggars who, with roaring voices, strike in their numbed and mortified bare arms. Pins, wooden pricks, nails, sprigs of rosemary, and with this horrible object from low farms, poor pelting villages, sheepcotes and mills, sometime with lunatic bands, sometime with prayers, enforce their charity, poor Turligod, poor Tom. That's something yet, Edgar I nothing am, exit. Scene 4, before Gloucester's castle, Kent in the stocks. Enter Lear, fool and gentleman. Lear, 'tis strange that they should so depart from home, and not send back my messenger. Gent, as I learned the night before, there was no purpose in them of this remove. Kent, hail to thee, noble master. Lear's, ha! Max'st thou this shame thy pastime? Kent, no, my lord. Fool, ha ha, look, he wears cruel garters, horses are tied by the head, dogs and bears by th neck, monkeys by th loins, and men by th legs. When a man's overlusty at legs, then he wears wooden nether stocks. Lear, what's he that hath so much thy place mistook to set thee here? Kent, it is both he and she, your son and daughter. Lear, no. Kent, yes. Lear, no, I say. Kent, I say yea. Lear, no, no, they would not. Kent, yes, they have. Lear, by Jupiter, I swear no. Kent, by Juno, I swear I. Lear, they durst not dot. They would not, could not dot, 'tis worse than murder. To do upon respect such violent outrage. Resolve me with all modest haste which way thou mightst deserve, or they impose this usage coming from us. Kent, my lord, when at their home, I did commend your highness letters to them. Ere I was risen from the place that showed my duty nailing, came there a reeking post, stood in his haste, half breathless, panting forth from Goneril his mistress' salutations, delivered letters, spite of intermission, which presently they read, on whose contents they summoned up their many, straight took horse, commanded me to follow and attend. The leisure of their answer gave me cold looks, and meeting here the other messenger, whose welcome I perceived had poisoned mine, being the very fellow which of late displayed so saucily against your highness, having more man than wit about me drew. He raised the house with loud and coward cries. Your son and daughter found this trespass worth the shame which here it suffers. Fool, winter's not gone yet, if the wild geese fly that way. Fathers that wear rags do make their children blind, but fathers that bear bags shall see their children kind. Fortune, that errant whore, ne'er turns the K to th poor. But for all this, thou shalt have as many dollars for thy daughters as thou canst tell in a year. Lear, oh, how this mother swells up toward my heart. Hysterica passio, down thou climbing sorrow. Thy elements below, where is this daughter? Kent with the Earl, sir, here within. Lear, follow me not. Stay here, exit. Gent made you no more offence, but what you speak of. Kent none. How chance the king comes with so small a number? Fool, and thou hadst been set ith stocks for that question. Thou'dst well deserved it. Kent, why fool? Fool will set thee to school to an ant, to teach thee theirs. No. Labouring ith winter, all that follow their noses are led by their eyes but blind men, and there's not a nose among 20. But can smell him that's stinking, let go thy hold when a great wheel runs down a hill, lest it break thy neck with following it, but the great one that goes upward, let him draw thee after. When a wise man gives thee better counsel, give me mine. Again, I would have none but knaves follow it, since a fool gives it. That sir which serves and seeks for gain, and follows but for form, will pack when it begins to rain, and lave thee in the storm. But I will tarry, the fool will stay, and let the wise man fly. The knave turns fool that runs away. The fool no knave, Purdy. Kent, where learned you this, fool? Fool, not ith stocks fool. Enter Lear and Gloucester. Lear, deny to speak with me, they are sick, they are weary. They have travelled all the night, mere fetches. The images of revolt and flying off. Fetch me a better answer. Glue, my dear lord. You know the fiery quality of the Duke. How unremovable and fixed he is in his own course. Lear, vengeance, plague, death, confusion. Fiery, what quality? Why, Gloucester, Gloucester. I'll speak with the Duke of Cornwall and his wife. Glue, well, my good lord, I have informed them so. Lear, informed them, dost thou understand me, man? Glue, aye, my good lord. Lear, the king would speak with Cornwall, the dear father. Would with his daughter speak, commands her service. Are they informed of this, my breath and blood? Fiery, the fiery Duke, tell the hot Duke that. No, but not yet, maybe he is not well. Infirmity doth still neglect all office. Whereto our health is bound, we are not ourselves. When nature, being oppressed, commands the mind to suffer with the body, I'll forbear, and am fallen out with my more headier will to take the indisposed and sickly fit. For the sound man, death on my state, wherefore? Should he sit here, this act persuades me that this remotion of the Duke and her is practice only. Give me my servant forth. Go tell the Duke and's wife I'll speak with them. Now presently bid them come forth and hear me, or at their chamber door I'll beat the drum, till it cries sleep to death. Glue, I would have all well betwixt you. Exit. Lear, O me, my heart, my rising heart, but down. Fool, cry to it, nuncle, as the Cockney did to the eels when she put 'em ith paste alive, she napped 'em o'th coxcombs with a stick and cried, down, wantons, down. 'Twas her brother that, in pure kindness to his horse, buttered his hay. Enter Cornwall, Regan, Gloucester servants. Lear, good morrow to you both. Corn, hail to your grace. Kent here set at liberty. Reg, I am glad to see your highness. Lear, Regan, I think you are, I know what reason. I have to think so, if thou shouldst not be glad. I would divorce me from thy mother's tomb. Sepulchring an adulteress, oh, are you free? Some other time for that, beloved Regan. Thy sister's not, O Regan, she hath tied sharp-toothed unkindness, like a vulture here, lays his hand on his heart. I can scarce speak to thee, thou'lt not believe with how depraved a quality, O Regan. Reg, I pray you, sir, take patience, I have hope. You less know how to value her desert than she to scant her duty. Lear, say, how is that? Reg, I cannot think my sister in the least would fail her obligation, if, sir, perchance she have restrained the riots of your followers. 'Tis on such ground, and to such wholesome end, as clears her from all blame. Lear, my curse is on her. Reg, oh sir, you are old. Nature in you stands on the very verge of her confine. You should be rolled and led by some discretion that discerns your state better than you yourself. Therefore I pray you that to our sister you do make return. Say you have wronged her, sir. Lear, ask her forgiveness. Do you but mark how this becomes the house? Dear daughter, I confess that I am old. Age is unnecessary. On my knees I beg that you'll vouchsafe me raiment, bed, and food. Reg, good sir, no more. These are unsightly tricks. Return you to my sister. Lear, never, Regan. She hath abated me of half my train, looked black upon me, struck me with her tongue, most serpent-like, upon the very heart. All the stored vengeances of heaven fall on her ingrateful top, strike her young bones. You taking airs with lameness. Corn, fie, sir, fie. Lear, you nimble lightnings, dart your blinding flames into her scornful eyes, infect her beauty. You fen-sucked fogs, drawn by the powerful sun, to fall and blast her pride. Reg, oh the blessed gods, so will you wish on me when the rash mood is on. Lear, no, Regan, thou shalt never have my curse. Thy tender-hefted nature shall not give thee o'er to harshness. Her eyes are fierce, but thine do comfort and not burn. 'Tis not in thee to grudge my pleasures, to cut off my train, to bandy hasty words, to scant my sizes, and, in conclusion, to oppose the bolt against my coming in. Thou better know'st the offices of nature, bond of childhood, effects of courtesy, dues of gratitude. Thy half-oth kingdom hast thou not forgot, wherein I thee endowed. Reg, good sir, to th purpose. Tucket within. Lear, who put my man ith stocks. Corn, what trumpets that? Reg, I note my sister's, this approves her letter. That she would soon be here. Enter steward. Is your lady come? Lear, this is a slave, whose easy borrowed pride dwells in the fickle grace of her he follows. Out, varlet, from my sight. Corn, what means your grace? Enter Goneril. Lear, who stalked my servant, Regan, I have good hope. Thou didst not know aunt, who comes here, O heavens. If you do love old men, if your sweet sway, allow obedience, if yourselves are old. Make it your cause, send down and take my part. Art not ashamed to look upon this beard? O Regan, wilt thou take her by the hand? Gone, why not by hand, sir, how have I offended? All's not offence that indiscretion finds, and dotage terms so. Lear, O sides, you are too tough. Will you yet hold, how came my man ith stocks? Corn, I set him there, sir, but his own disorders deserved much less advancement. Lear's you, did you? Reg, I pray you, father being weak seems so. If, till the expiration of your month, you will return and sojourn with my sister, dismissing half your train, come then to me. I am now from home, and out of that provision, which shall be needful for your entertainment. Lear, return to her, and 50 men dismissed. No, rather I abjure all roofs, and choose to wage against the enmity o th to be a comrade with the wolf and owl. Necessity's sharp pinch, return with her. Why the hot-blooded France that dowerless took our youngest born, I could as well be brought to knee his throne and squire-like pension beck. To keep base life afoot, return with her. Persuade me rather to be slave and sumpter to this detested groom, points at Oswald. Gone at your choice, sir. Lear, I prithee, daughter, do not make me mad. I will not trouble thee, my child, farewell. We'll no more mate, no more see one another. But yet thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter. Or rather a disease that's in my flesh, which I must needs call mine, thou art a boil, a plague sore, an embossed carbuncle in my corrupted blood, but I'll not chide thee. Let shame come when it will, I do not call it. I do not bid the thunderbearer shoot, nor tell tales of thee to high-judging Jove. Mend when thou canst, be better at thy leisure. I can be patient, I can stay with Regan. I and my 100 knights. Reg, not altogether so. I look not for you yet, nor am provided. For your fit welcome, give ear, sir, to my sister. For those that mingle reason with your passion must be content to think you old, and so. But she knows what she does. Lear, is this well spoken? Reg, I dare avouch it, sir, what 50 followers? Is it not well, what should you need of more? Yea, or so many, sith, that both charge and danger speak gainst so great a number, how in one house should many people, under 2 commands, hold amity, 'tis hard, almost impossible. Gone, why might not you, my lord, receive attendance from those that she calls servants, or from mine? Reg, why not, my lord, if then they chank to slack ye? We could control them, if you will come to me. For now I spy a danger, I entreat you to bring but 25, to no more. Will I give place, or notice? Lear, I gave you all. Reg, and in good time you gave it. Lear made you my guardians, my depositaries, but kept a reservation to be followed. With such a number, what must I come to you? With 25, Regan, said you so. Reg and speaked again, my lord, no more with me. Lear, those wicked creatures, yet do look well favoured. When others are more wicked, not being the worst, stands in some rank of praise, I'll go with they. Thy 50 yet doth double 25, and thou art twice her love. Gone, hear me, my lord. What need you 25, 10 or 5, to follow in a house where twice so many have a command to tend you? Reg, what need one? Lear, oh, reason not the need, our basest beggars are in the poorest thing superfluous. Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beasts, thou art a lady. If only to go warm were gorgeous. Why, nature needs not what thou gorgeous wear'st, which scarcely keeps thee warm, but for true need. You heavens, give me that patience I need. You see me here, you gods, a poor old man, as full of grief as age, wretched in both. If it be you that stirs these daughters' hearts against their father, fool me not so much. To bear it tamely, touch me with noble anger. And let not women's weapons, water drops, stain my man's cheeks. No, you unnatural hags, I will have such revenges on you both.